Hi, I'm Dr. David Sparks, and I'm here to talk to you about the purpose of dreaming. Dreams are hallucinations that occur during certain stages of sleep. They are strongest during REM sleep, or the rapid eye movement stage that we discussed in our last episode. Much is known about the role of sleep in regulating our metabolism, blood pressure, brain function, and other aspects of health. When you're awake, your thoughts have a certain logic to them, hopefully. When you sleep, your brain is still active, but your thoughts or your dreams often make little or no sense. Now, this may be because the emotional centers of the brain trigger dreams rather than the logical regions. One of the areas of the brain that's most active during dreaming is the amygdala. The amygdala is the part of the brain associated with the survival instinct and the fight or flight response. One theory suggests that because the amygdala is more active during sleep than in your waking life, it may be the brain's way of getting you ready to deal with a threat. Ever had a dream where you were in a fight? You go to throw a punch, but you can't get your arm to move. Or you try running, but you can't seem to get anywhere. Well, that's because the brainstem sends out nerve signals during REM, or dream stage sleep, that relax your muscles. Bottom line, you don't end up punching your bedmate or falling out of bed. Now, next question. Is there a purpose behind dreaming? A mountain of evidence shows that there are actually two major benefits. Dreaming makes you smarter, and dreaming keeps you from going crazy. First, let's talk about the smarter. There are two forms of memory, short-term memory and long-term memory. If I told you a random telephone number and asked you to repeat it, you would probably be able to accomplish that. The telephone number went into your short-term memory, and you were able to pull it up. But if I asked you that number a couple of days later, you probably wouldn't be able to recall it. And that's because it did not get transported to long-term memory. So think of it this way. All the sensory inputs into your body, sounds, smells, tactile events, what you see, and so on, have to go through short-term memory. But imagine trying to bank every single sensory event in your life. That's impossible, right? You'd have memory overload in just one day, let alone a week or a month or 20 years. So enter sleep, enter dreaming, enter short-term memory processing. During sleep, the brain takes a look at all of the items in short-term memory and makes decisions about what is important and what is, in effect, junk mail. Short-term memory filters out all the spam and throws it away, while keeping or storing those items that are important. Those important items then get transported into long-term memory for cognitive use down the road. Now, what about my earlier statement that dreams keep you from going crazy? Your dreams may be ways of confronting emotional dramas in your life. And because your brain is operating at a much more emotional level than when you're awake, your brain may make connections regarding your feelings that your conscious self wouldn't make. Let's use some examples. Let's say a person has an extreme fear of flying. He or she may have recurring dreams about being in a plane that starts to go down. Someone who's struggling with their job might have dreams where their boss is yelling at them, or they can't seem to get their assignment done correctly. So these dreams, in fact, help you to resolve and cope with such problems in your life. As a result, you should look forward to your dreams, no matter how wacky they may seem. Many people with mood disorders and PTSD have difficulty sleeping, and some researchers speculate that lack of dreaming may contribute to their illnesses. Oh, and by the way, I forgot. Snoring and sleep apnea can interrupt or even extinguish the dreaming process. Are you grumpy, forgetful, among other things? Snoring and sleep apnea are probably to blame. So, wrapping this up, next time we're going to talk about some chemicals that make you tick, and they are called hormones.